Riccardo Zappia has spent over a decade in the exciting world of real estate and entrepreneurship. He is an experienced business leader with victories and disasters under his belt, which makes him a known voice on business strategy and leadership. He is a director of businesses, always in profit and delivering ahead of targets even when the market has been tough. He is currently pursuing a full-time law degree as well as running 5 companies. Riccardo Zappia, your name is everything.
Gun to the head. Transfer 50,000 Rand now. That's when I knew I had been screwed over by my business partner. I had a gun to my head and I had no idea why. But my ability to talk myself out of that situation and escape saved my life. I somehow convinced that guy that I needed to go to the toilet. I used some feeble excuse. What he didn't know was it was a Jack and Jill toilet. I could enter one way and escape the other way. And I got out. The next day, I was at the lawyer's. I unpacked everything. I went with all the paperwork that I could. We sat for hours going through trails of paperwork. What had happened to this client's deposit? Where was that money going? I trusted this person. He was running that side of the business. And the lawyer looked at me, he shook his head in disbelief, and he said, just shut it down. Close it. Start again tomorrow. What have you got to lose? Well, that's easy for him to say. I've got everything to lose. My name, my reputation, all the hard work that I have done to get to this point. He's going to get his fee. I'm going to lose everything. That's easy for him to say. And I refuse to take that advice. I refuse to just shut it down and start again. It's going to make me look guilty. And I wasn't involved in it. So I listened to him and went the other way. I took my head up high and I went the hard way through everything in the last 5 years. I have paid back every cent that I know about. I have had my name smeared on social media. Scam. As soon as you Google me, or my clients Google me, that is the first thing they see. That's hard as a business owner, as a real estate agent, as a real estate owner, to have myself, my staff have to deal with time and time again. When people look me up, that's all they see. That's all they want to believe. There's no facts. There's no evidence. There's no weight. There's no information. It's just social media. I was selling a house. Everything was going well. The clients loved me. They loved the house. We spent hours sitting by the pool. And they bought the house. They wanted to refer me to someone else. Jumped on Google quickly to get my number, to send it to someone else. And bam, there it is. Their heart sank. But they knew, obviously, where their new house was, so they went and met the sellers behind my back. They sat, they discussed everything. Where was the scam? What were they going to lose? What was in it? But they both decided that they knew me and they gave me a chance to give my side of the story. And we sat and they sat with the lawyers and they discussed where everything was. And they said, this is probably the most integral real estate agent you're going to find. The house went through with no problems. Everything went swimmingly well. My biggest cheerleader 5 years later and great friend is here tonight. And she has become a strong cheerleader for me and reference that I probably had to call on more than I've ever needed to call on anyone to advocate for me. And I've had to use her when I've had to go to other clients, driving home one night. You're tired, you've done viewings, and an agent of mine has had to call me to go, my clients Googled you. The deal was about to be signed. I've had to go sit there. They wanted to look me in the eyes and go, what? What happened? Because we looked you up, but there's information, but there's no information. There's words, but there's no depth. They wanted to hear it from me. They wanted to look me in the eyes and find out whether they were willing to sign that deal. And again, 4.5 years later, we now manage 20 of their properties all across Cape Town. They only buy and sell through us. And they have also become great friends. We go for drinks together and we celebrate that. The relationships that I've built with these clients and understanding me in business has meant so much more to me than anything else. And I've had to use these guys again and again and again. When I was with another client just here in Flamingo Flay, we signed the rental contract. They were going to Canada for 6 months to do a dry run of immigration, to check universities and schools and the whole lot. They had 2 days before they were flying, and she wanted to give the number to someone else. She jumps on Google, puts my name in, bam, there it is again. 25,000 Rand rental. I get a little WhatsApp. We just need to cancel the contract quickly. I knew why. My heart sank again. I keep facing the same challenges, but I have to keep going through. She stuck with me because she called my cheerleaders. She called my references. She spoke to the attorneys. I've sold her house. She's living in Canada now 18 months. I've sold her mother's house. She gives me references all the time. And I tell you this because business is hard. You're out there by yourself. You think you're with other people, but you do it for you. You do it for yourself, and people buy you. And your name is everything. And when you've got a name smeared on social media, you have to fight harder. You have to fight deeper. But I do it because I know that I go back 5 years to that lawyer's office, and I know that I did everything with integrity. I've paid back every cent. I have fought so hard just to get myself back to what I could have just shut it down and started again. People buy you. They believe in you. And if you don't believe in yourself, why are you in business? You are a pioneer. I am a pioneer. I am Riccardo Zappia.